He ata pau o te whare o te hui kia tū takataka he kapua whakairinga rā tātou kurunga iaia. Ko te hui tēnei kia tūpea mai, kia pirika tūpea mai, kia tata whāno. Whāno, hara mai te tō kia haumi e hui e, tai ki e. This week, on the hui. We're on the beat with the Māori Wardens.
It's very tiring, very tough. It can be stressful sometimes.
Through natural disasters, festivals and community crises, they show up.
That's the whole reason of us to put that rangi Māori out there.
And Ngāti Kahungunu Chair Bayden Barber talks about the Māori economy, rebuilding after Cyclone Gabrielle and buying back their maunga. Plus, we meet a young, inspiring farmer from Waimā, whose deep passion for farming and connection to the whenua has earned him well-deserved recognition. Why did you choose farming for mahi?
I enjoy being outdoors, I enjoy being on the land. My father's a farmer, my grandfather was a farmer, so it's just been passed down through the generations.
Ngā mate o runga I o tātou marae pūrara haramai. Haere, tātou kei te o maramati he wa mauri ora, and welcome back to the hui. Māori Wardens are ever present in our local hapori. From the marae to community events and national emergencies, they're always on hand to support whānau. Recently, Green Party MP Tautoko Paul claimed Māori Wardens were better suited to carrying out beat patrols rather than police, because the police made some people feel unsafe. So how do Māori Wardens see their role in keeping our communities safe? Mea nei te purongo, a John Boynton.
It's a wet day out in Tāmaki ki te Tonga. Thomas Henry is keeping a close eye on proceedings.
Oh, what do we have here, Thomas?
We call this the operations centre, the nerve centre.
He's leading a team supporting Polyfest in Manukau.
How big's the team here today?
Oh, look, it's big. At least 30 wardens on the ground.
Thomas is a Māori warden. He has a special role here.
What would you say when someone asked you, what is a Māori warden?
A Māori warden is someone that is going to be your best friend, is going to look after you.
Thousands of spectators are converging here at one of the largest Polynesian festivals in the world.
50 years of celebration of different cultures, and that's who we are. We also celebrate that with our different cultures of being a part of our community, to manaaki and put that korowai over our whānau. And we're just about ready to break for lunch, so we're going to have an influx of Māori wardens come up, and they're going to be hungry.
Since the 1860s, Māori wardens have been around, helping to keep law and order in our communities. Officially entrenched in law in 1945, they've been an integral part of Aotearoa's most important moments in history. Today, 900 Māori wardens are serving communities right across Aotearoa. It's hard work and they're not getting paid.
It's very tiring, very tough. It can be stressful sometimes.
They are volunteers who provide support for local events, tangihana, hospitals and courts. And they were an essential part of the COVID-19 response.
I've been a Māori warden just on 25 years. I've been through 8 national events with the earthquakes, you know, the Operation Rena. We were in the Operation Gabrielle when it hit Māngai. It's our kaumātua and Kuikui, they wouldn't leave because they didn't want to leave their animals, and the police said, "Matunga, we need you fellas to go into this address because they won't leave." I said, "Okay, we'll go down."
That close bond with communities, a foundation of their mahi.
It is about our people.
But who should be keeping those people safe?
The heavier visual presence of police does not make people feel safer.
Green Party MP Tautoko Paul slammed police patrols in Wellington.
It makes people feel more on edge.
Political leaders were quick to slam her back.
She can say what she likes, but she's totally insane.
I thought that Tamitha Paul's comments were ill-informed, were unwise, in fact were stupid.
It's la-la land stuff.
I don't think there's mistrust around the police doing their job. If they weren't community-minded, they shouldn't have taken the role up to be a police officer.
I think that the police should be responding to incidences of domestic violence, sexual violence, things that only they can do. I think beat patrols is an easy thing that can be substituted for by Māori wardens.
Well, Māori wardens have increased their presence, so they work really closely with police, and they're out there as well. But you cannot expect Māori wardens to step in and do the role of a sworn police officer.
Thomas says there's even more need for police now.
Things are changing. The violence, the shootings, the ram raids, the mental health issues that we're having. We're seeing all of that.
The warden's close relationship with police often comes under attack.
We're not always liked by our own whānau. I know this is our whenua, but we've got to look after one another, making sure that we don't want anybody to be arrested.
With recent tensions around community safety, the Māori Wardens are running a whānau event here in the heart of Mount Wellington on Panama Road.
Nō reira, whānau. Kia kaha, kia mai, kia manu nui tēnei ata, I te pari a io.
I'm in my element, and this is where I like to be, is in my element. Just to see the smiles on kids' faces, the community coming together.
The free event is also recognising the hard times whānau are experiencing.
There's no work and time's getting hard. Rent's being squeezed, power's being squeezed. Even trying to put kai on table is hard.
The Māori Wardens are well appreciated and everyone knows everybody, so it's nice to have them here and they're better to look after us than anyone else.
There are mixed feelings about police presence on their streets.
The police aren't in their neighbourhood enough to be part of the community.
I don't mind the police. I feel like they're only bad to you if you're bad to them. So if you do good, then they're going to be good to you.
Whereas police, they've got that uniform that just sort of makes you think, oh, I'll get in trouble. When the police are around, you feel like they're the sharks and you might get in trouble with them. But the Māori Wardens, you can go and talk to them. They're like the dolphins.
Here we go. Can we get your prizes?
At the end of the day, police are public servants and we also need to respect the law, so we uphold safer communities, individuals, families. We're all part of a bigger ecosystem.
A part of that ecosystem for the Māori Wardens includes the business sector.
What do you have in mind in terms of, like, the starting time?
After a spate of ram raids, Papatoetoe business owners reached out to the Māori Wardens.
In the testing times like we've got now, we need all the support.
The Wardens will soon be running a patrol 6 times a week through Papatoetoe town centre.
They have a deeper understanding of the issues that really come with a lot of the people who come in as offenders. This will bring mana to our world as well, and with that relationship, not only the safety, but also we want to develop deeper relationship with the local Māori community as well.
The Māori Wardens, a lot of them are volunteers. Is there too much pressure on them?
We all know the resources are stretched, but I mean, so far they've been a great support for us.
It's great help for us. And again, I'm really thankful to Māori Wardens.
Thomas Henry knows the reputation of Māori Wardens will be key in making a difference.
That's the whole reason to put that Rangi Māori out there. Because every time when we go out there, they know straight away, oh yes, the Wardens are out, to making sure that things are going to be safe.
Me mihi ki ngā wātene Māori kātika. Akāti, taro kau I hua nei Waimā, ko te tuke mata o Kahungunu, ko te tumu hoki o te iwi, the re-elected chair of Ngāti Kahungunu, is with us next on The Hui. O ki mai anō e ngā iwi, ki tā tātou hui Māori, ki tā tātou hui Kahungunu i aia nei. Last Friday, Ngāti Kahungunu re-elected Bayden Barber as chair of the iwi for his second term, beating Deputy Chair Thompson Hokianga. It will continue to be a big job stewarding the third largest iwi in Aotearoa through generally tricky economic, political and environmental times, as well as fighting to return the iwi ancestral maunga, Kahunanaki, and the ongoing rebuild work following on from the devastating impacts of Cyclone Gabrielle. So, the chair of Ngāti Kahungunu, Bayden Barber, is with me now. E kara tēnā koe.
Tēnā koe.
Nau mai.
Tēnā koe.
Me mihi, tēnā koe whakawhia anō koe ki tērā tūranga mauna i ai koe i aia nei nā. Is that a symbol, do you think, of the want of the iwi for stability and security in what is, I guess, turbulent and tricky times, Bayden?
Yeah, I think so. I think the last 3 years have been tricky, challenging. We had Cyclone Gabrielle, we had some major reform in our economic, our commercial arm of the iwi, and yeah, we've got a government that is challenging. So I think our people have seen the mahi that's been done in the last 3 years and want to continue that going forward.
Do you think also it's a sign of the fact that they like someone who's prepared to make the hard calls? Takitimu Seafood was a hard call.
Yeah, there was a number of hard calls in the past 3 years. Yeah, I think our people are saying we've got to make hard calls, because if we don't, ko tātou te papane. And yeah, we've been prepared. Our boards have been prepared to make the hard calls. And I think it's started to show a couple of mai he hua. We're starting to see the fruits of making those calls.
And also interesting in terms of some of the other elected representatives now. You've got some young ones in Crystal, Edwards, and also Esther Waino, who Anthony Tipinematu is another new board member. So you'll also be leading a new, some would say, refreshed board. Is that going to be a different kind of challenge as the leader?
Yeah, I think it will be. The last election, myself and Thompson were the only new members on the board, so we had pretty much an old board coming through. Now half of them are new. I look forward to the challenge, actually. I think it's time to have some new blood and different perspectives, because the challenges we face are different. You know, this generation, we've got a new generation coming through. They see things from a different lens. You know, our kaumātua, some of the longer serving board members, ka pai tērā, but I think having some new whakaaro, I think it'll be good for the board and good for the direction of the iwi.
What is the biggest challenge that you're facing right now?
I think we've got the geopolitical stuff, we've got the national politics, you know, we've got challenges on Māori wards. But for Ngāti Kahungunu, we've got a rapidly growing iwi that are looking for opportunities in terms of jobs and employment, economic growth, papakainga, housing. You know, I think they're looking for, you know, kotahitanga. I'll definitely say kotahitanga. We have 7 PSGs, we have 6 tai whenua, we have Ngāti Kahungunu Iwi Incorporated. So how do we kind of knit that all together to drive our people forward? Yeah, that's probably the big challenge.
Those are big challenges. You've also got an issue of tupuna maunga in your takiwā that very clearly many of the iwi won't return back into either iwi ownership or in some form or shape in a different way than it is now in private ownership. Is that going to happen?
We want it to happen. It's an open market tender process, so at the end of the day, the sellers have the last say. But I think we had the owner. She came to the pōhiri, the hikoi up the Kahuranaki Maunga, and I spoke to her afterwards. You know, how did you feel with all our people there? The pōhiri, how did you feel? She felt touched. She felt the wairua. She felt the mana, the Māori. And I said, well, you know, hold on to those feelings, because ideally we'd love to have a direct negotiation with you. We don't want this going to foreign ownership. the last farm that was bought a month ago is going to be turned into a pine forest, you know. So people are looking overseas investment opportunities. We're saying we want it back. We'll look after you. Talk to us.
Is that going to happen, do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
I know I'm putting you in a different position because you don't want to
and I
divulge
hope so.
everything.
I hope so. You know, we've kind of sent a strong message to the family that we are highly motivated and we're willing to look after them monetary-wise, but also the relationship between the family and iwi, hapu and marae.
Can I ask you a question about how do you strike the right balance between managing those cultural imperatives? I mean, this is important for the iwi, but also you've got to get commercial return. You know, I mean, the days of 10%, I mean, that's tough, right? 7%, particularly with tariffs, would be great. 5% is probably more achievable. How do you strike that balance now, Bayden?
It's a hard one. I mean, we have commercial people looking over the return from the farm, the station. You know, you're looking at 2%.
Yeah.
You're looking at 2% for farming at the moment. But the cultural imperatives, I think, outweigh the commercial, and we just have to find a balance to make it work. I mean, if we could get the station to wash its face, ka pai. And I think the opportunity only comes up once every 100 years. I mean, 1854, the land was put into Pākehā ownership, but it's been with the Greenwood family for 100 years. So we need to take the opportunity.
Okay.
We need to take the opportunity.
So, and if I take what you said about the geopolitical climate and tariffs and Trump and all that kind of stuff and insecurity that abounds with all of that which is going on at the moment, do you think the time is right now? Tuku Morgan has talked about a Māori bank. Do we need a Māori bank now, babe, to ensure that iwi, ngā hapu o Kahungunu, ngā whānau o Kahungunu can get access to the capital that they require to be able to do the things that they value?
Yeah. I think we need access to capital. Māori need access to capital. It's been a long-standing issue. We've been working with this government and the previous government to try and do that. Whether it forms in the form of a bank, I'm not too sure. I mean, banks, you need plenty of capital for a bank. But if we can get access, because these opportunities are going to come up. Farming is on a plateau, even a bit of a dip. So people are going to be looking into the future. You know, stations are going to come up. Maunga are going to come up. How do we access capital to be able to make quick decisions around that? Yeah. So I think we do need a bank of some sort.
What is it like dealing with this current government?
It's difficult because they haven't been listening to us, you know, and when you've got a partner, kaore rātou mo te whakarongo, you know, it's kind of like having a one-way conversation with yourself, you know, and that we're going to get nowhere with that. So we need to be able to talk. We need to be able to put our kind of ideas in front of this government because I feel and I think and I believe that the best interests of Aotearoa, the future of Aotearoa, is here with iwi and kawana, Māori and kawana. I mean, we're big players in the business world. You know, well, you've seen the reports for the Māori economy. We've got huge asset bases. There's huge opportunities to work together with this government. And Tainui Waikato striking that deal straight off the bat of that foreign
infrastructure.
Yeah.
Do you see that as a rising tide floating all ships?
Totally, 100%. Yeah.
126 billion, 9% GDP, right? There's opportunity. Can I talk to you about another form of government? It's local government. 1 year on now, and a bit from Cyclone Gabrielle last year, you talked to us last year about the need for local government to consult and work with iwi, not just consult, actually to work with iwi to help protect the community, to be able to deal with emergency events like Gabrielle. Has that changed?
I think, well, what the issue is, we're not in the legislation. So we've got Minister Mark Mitchell consulting on the civil defence legislation at the moment. If we can get hardwired into that, it will change. But, you know, we just can't have these conversations, oh yeah, we want to help Māori, te mea, but we're not in the legislation. When it happens, they don't need to talk with us, unless we're hardwired into it. So I think everything will fall from that. If that happens, yeah, ka pai. If it doesn't, we're going to struggle.
And if another emergency event happens, we could see the same devastating impacts of an event like that again, do you think?
100%. I think, you know, people can see the benefit of working with iwi, with hapu and marae. We're the first responders. That's what we did at Gabriel. But the legislation, the way that it's currently written, they don't have to talk with us. They don't have to fund us. They don't have to partner with us. So we need to change that legally. And then, yeah, ka pai, let's have a talk.
Te Chairman, tēnā koe. Tēnā koe whai wahi mai koe ke mātou. Really appreciate your time being in studio with us now.
Thank you.
And mihi ana.
Kia ora, Julie.
Nā ora mai, that was, of course, the Chair of Ngāti Kahungunu, Bayden Barber. After the break, we are in Hokianga, Waimā to be exact, whakatere, te māhurehure, and farming with Coby Warmington after this. Kia ora mai anō. The late Parekura Horomia was instrumental in encouraging young Māori to enter farming as a career almost 20 years ago. And in 2012, Dr. Peter Sharples helped initiate a competition to inspire these rangatahi, known as the Ahu Whenua Young Māori Farmer of the Year. This year, 3 finalists will learn on the 6th of June who will earn that title for 2025. So we went up to Waimā in the Hokianga to talk to one of the finalists, Coby Warmington. State Highway 12 runs down to the stunning shores of the Hokianga Harbour. And just to the south lies the tiny community of Waimā.
Waima's a beautiful place. Yeah, I was born and raised here. It was a great place to grow up.
I'm here to meet local farmer and Young Māori Farmer of the Year finalist, Coby Warmington. Tēnā koe, fella. Kia ora. Kia ora, fella. Kia ora. Tēnā koe. Tēnā koe. Hamai. Have a chat. Thank you for having us at Waimā Tōpū Beef Farm. Congratulations. You're a finalist in the Ahu Whenua Young Farmer of the Year category. What's that like?
Yeah, it's a steep learning curve. I've had to learn how to speak to people and try and get my thoughts across in a better way. But it's been good. I've learned a heap.
And what would it mean to win the award?
Definitely would like to show people that you can work from home, develop your career, and it would mean a lot if I won the award, but I'm still proud just to have made it as a finalist.
Do you reckon the people of Waimā are a bit proud too?
Heaps of people have congratulated me and said they're proud, so yeah, I'm pretty sure they're proud.
Why did you choose farming for mahi?
I enjoy being outdoors. I enjoy being on the land. My father's a farmer, my grandfather was a farmer, and his father before him was a farmer, so it's just been passed down through the generations.
How hard is it?
To be a farmer? Not really. It's a lot of common sense. If you can do that right, then you'll be all right farming.
But what about people like me who don't have common sense, Coby?
Or you'll learn the hard way, I think.
Is it a hard job?
Yeah, there's different things about it that are hard. Yep, everyone's got an opinion. So I have to make sure my decisions are made using facts and supported by evidence. It keeps us busy, keeps us out of trouble.
Are the workers on the farm, they're from Waimā?
Yeah.
All whānau?
Yeah.
So what's it like working with whānau?
It's good. I love seeing the benefits of skills being transferred into our community and people in our community developing from what we're doing here on the farm. So when we get people coming out of the community to help us build a water line or teach us how to do the fencing and stuff. We've got our workers here taking on those skills, and they're able to carry it on throughout the community.
The Waimā River's just up the road, and that's a water source.
Yep.
Right, for whānau. So how do you protect the river as well as trying to do what you're doing? Big mahi.
We're trying our best to mitigate any negative effects we have on farming. First thing we do is keep the stock out of there. Everything we do, we have that in the back of our mind. How's this going to affect our waterways when we make decisions with fertiliser and stocking policies and all that? That's what we're thinking about. We're fencing off our waterways, erosion-prone areas, and planting them in native plants, to try and stop any sediment loss or nutrient loss into our streams. Sometimes we have to think about which areas we're going to develop, if those areas are culturally significant to our people, and which areas to leave out of development. Yeah, there's a couple of pā sites throughout the farm, and we just try and preserve them and leave them alone.
Because you're deeply involved in the community here,
Yeah, we try our best, yeah. My family's really marae orientated. We like to be active in the community, working at the marae with the sports clubs and helping out at the school wherever we can.
I heard a rumour that you're a bit of a gun rugby league player.
Not that good, but I enjoy playing. Yeah, it's good for exercise and that.
Because I hear you're coaching.
Yeah, we coached the Taiki under-12s last year. Very enjoyable coaching the young fellas and that.
What's the big dream, Coby?
The dream of building this into a place where we can develop our young people and where we can train our rangatahi on the farm. We need to first make this a profitable business, and then we can take on our young ones and show them how to be good farmers. We're getting there, but yeah, I love it. I love to see the development in our people through farming. Just hopefully our kids can see a good role model and can see that farming can be a pathway for them to move forward in their lives.
E mihi ana, and congratulations to all the finalists of the Ahu Whenua Young Māori Farmer of the Year section. The winner will be named on June 6th. Hei te wiki e tu mai nei e Waimā, coming up next week on The Hui.
She's a world champion. She won SAS UK.
It was way harder than what it looked like.
Now, for the first time, on The Hui.
People will probably think I'm like mad.
She lets down her walls.
I suppose when you don't care, you can't be hurt.
On her family.
I don't normally, I'm quite good at talking about him now.
And her coach.
I feel so grateful for what he's done for me. And I think, why? Like, why do you do it? I think that's the fight. It's you versus you.
Mai. Our thanks to all our pūkōrero for today's Hui. Join us next week for that and much more. Kia mau ki te tūranga o taputapu a te iwi haumi e, hui e, taiki e. Nā te puna whakatongarewa, te hui, i tautoko.